What's up, guys, and welcome back to part 4 of our playthrough of Fighting Fantasy Shadow of the Giants. We are starting again from the beginning here because we unfortunately died. We got into the Gorgon's tomb and we didn't have a key to get
we didn't have any items really needed for that whole cave, did we?
We were doing pretty badly at that point, but we've gained a lot of knowledge over the past, four and a half hours worth of our playthrough, so we're going back in. We've got our new stats. We've done a re-roll. We did that on the end of last stream, so yeah, we didn't cheat. We haven't cheated our way to a skill or luck 12. We actually got that legitimately. So we are going to start now and start from the beginning. We're going to kind of briefly get through the intro and then try and speed things up and find some new loot. So let's do it. Okay, so the background of this one is that we are an adventurer. We've been to Firetop Mountain. We went to open a chest to get some treasure. We broke our sword. So it's taken us to the nearby town of Anvil, where we need to repair our sword and find our new quest.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so we're basically there to buy a new sword. So.
Yeah, we've stumbled upon a guy called Dunbar Lap, and he's basically advised us to go to this sword shop.
Yeah.
So that's how we're starting.
Are we dead yet? No, John, we've been on live for about 3 minutes, so luckily we aren't dead yet. It's not the realms of a
Don't rule it out, though, because, I mean, it might not take long. So do you want me to start, or do you want to start?
Yeah, you start.
Okay. A small brass bell jingles overhead as you walk through the doorway into the shop. Inside, you see a huge display of swords and shields mounted on the walls. On the floor to your left, there is a wooden barrel full of spears, and on your right, a collection of daggers and axes sticking out of an old tree stump. Wearing leather armour to protect him, a tall man with a flat nose and thick brown hair is standing behind the counter opposite with his arms folded. He looks at you suspiciously as you enter and reaches down to produce a wooden club from under the counter. "You're not from these parts, stranger. How can I help you?" he asks in a firm voice. Will you ask him if he knows Dunbar Lap, tell him that you would like to buy a sword, or jump over the counter and attack him?
I think we asked him about Dunbar Lap and he said he knew him last time, so let's...
He didn't punish us for it, though.
No.
If we just ask him to buy a sword, what if he charges double rates?
There's a possibility of that, so should we stick with our first option that we chose last time?
He seems to be quite fond of Dunbar, so...
Yeah.
Sameys?
Yeah, we'll go same for this one.
Let's go!
The armourer puts down his wooden club. Dunbar Lap, you say? No, never heard of him. Why? You explain that Dunbar Lap brought you to this shop to buy a sword. The man bursts out laughing and says, "Of course I know Dunbar. He's a good man who brings a lot of customers. This is your lucky day. You are the 100th customer he has brought me this year, which means you're entitled to a free dagger. If you wish to buy one of my swords, what do you say?" Whilst waiting for your reply, he takes one sword down from the wall and another from under the counter. "These are the best I have," he says in a friendly voice. The sword with the engraved blade is a vampire sword, which was designed for slaying the undead. I'm only asking 10 gold pieces for it. The sword with the flame-coloured grip is a fire sword, which is best for fighting fire-breathing creatures. At 15 gold pieces, it's a bargain. If you want to buy a sword, make your choice. Note the cost in gold pieces on your adventure sheet and turn to 297. If you decide not to buy a sword, turn to 73. So...
are we gonna go with the same sword?
Well,
we haven't found any fire-breathing creatures yet.
No, but the vampire sword just gave us an extra skill point against the wraith, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the fire... oh, I see what you're doing.
But we have a skill 12, so unless we don't lose any points, we should be able to take down that wraith quite easily.
Yeah, I mean, we could do. The only worry I have is that we might find enemies that are only affected by undead weapons.
Yeah.
Whereas with the fire weapon, you'd assume it'd just be better against...
yeah.
Maybe not. I might be completely wrong.
Let's save some money and let's figure out, because if we do come across a dragon with the vampire sword, we'll at least know if we're fucked.
Are we not buying any sword at all?
Oh no, we're going to get the vampire sword.
Vampire sword?
Yeah. Vampire sword.
Vampire sword?
Yeah, so let's do that. Alright, so let's take 10 gold off. And we're going to save some money this time and not buy the horse.
And we get a free dagger?
Yeah, shiny dagger, isn't it?
Shiny dagger?
Oh no, it's just a dagger, I think. Wait there, let me check. 297.
Just in case it's shiny.
Yeah, that will mean so much more.
I'll put in brackets shiny, but I've started a really nice new unique hash, so let's... This camera light is it's too shiny. It's neat anyway.
297.
Amulet thanks you for buying the sword and says, I think you'll be very happy with your choice. He gives you a shiny dagger.
I thought so.
There we go. Which you tuck inside your boot, before shaking your hand and bidding you farewell. You go outside where you find Dunbar Lap waiting for you. He smiles when he sees your sword and cannot conceal his excitement. I hope you are pleased with your new weapon. You tell him you are more than happy with your purchase and the gift of a dagger. You drop 2 gold pieces into his hand as a tip, thank him for his help, and wave goodbye. Turn to 381. Oh no.
I'm pretty sure we're getting 2 more of them back very soon somewhere.
Gold?
Yeah, 2 gold. I'm sure we get 2 gold back. Great one?
Yeah.
Your thoughts return
Over
to...
here. Sorry.
Your thoughts return to Firetop Mountain and the legendary treasures hidden inside. You are keen to try your luck, but also aware of the dangers which lie inside the tunnels. You reason that it would be better to team up with somebody who has knowledge of the mountain to give you a better chance of survival. You decide to see if you can hire a miner to accompany you on your quest. The best place to find dwarves would be in a tavern, where they would be likely to be letting off steam. You walk briskly through the back streets and arrive at a tavern by the name of Double Duck, from where you can hear a lot of shouting and screaming coming from inside. You poke your head around the tavern door and see a fight going on between the 2 dwarfs who are rolling around on the floor, knocking lumps out of each other. The other dwarf in the tavern are swigging back tankards of frothy ale and cheering on the brawling pair. The tall barman suddenly rings a brass bell to end the fight and declare who won. The bruised dwarfs stand up and give each other a hug before staggering over to the bar where the winner buys the loser a drink. With order restored, the dwarves sit down at the tables laughing, joking and recounting tales of their mining exploits. One of the dwarfs sitting at the nearest table to the door points at you and says, Oi Sunshine, do you fancy your chance at arm wrestling? 2 gold pieces, he says, if I can beat you. If you want to accept the challenge, turn to 311. If you would rather sit down at another table, turn to 340.
It was quite easy, wasn't it?
I think so, and we had worse stats last time, so should we do that again?
Yeah.
This is where we must have got our 2 gold back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. I just had a thought though, which dwarf are we going to take with us?
We'll have to come back to that.
You sit down opposite the dwarf who shakes your hand, grinning confidently. He tries to crush your fingers, but you give as good as you get. A crowd quickly gathers around the table, shouting encouragement as you lock hands in earnest to begin the contest. You stare each other down as the barman gives the countdown. 3, 2, 1, heave. Roll 2 dice and add the total to the dwarf's skill of 7.
Okay, so this is for the dwarf.
Yep. So he's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13.
Mm-hmm. And then we do the
Roll
same.
2 dice again and add the total to your skill.
Well, skill is
So we've
so
clearly won already.
smashed in.
If your total is the same or higher than that of the dwarf, you win the contest, 10 to 29. And that's skill, not luck, so
Yeah,
we don't need to deduct anything.
perfect.
Easy 2 gold.
Yeah. Let's not get too cocky for the next
We're gonna
3 hours.
be dead very soon.
The dwarf curses, annoyed with himself for losing the contest. Wiggy lost, shouts his friends. Cackling with laughter, some of them spilling their ale while raising their mugs to toast your victory. The dwarf is reluctant to pay up, but eventually flicks 2 gold pieces across the table. Looking at you with a face like thunder, you thank him, stand up and look around somewhere else to sit down, turn to 340. No, I think the aim of this one is to make as money as possible before we get to Hamlin.
Yeah, and buy whatever we can.
Yeah.
You walk over to an alcove at the back of the Double Duck and sit down opposite 2 dwarves who are playing a noisy game of dice. The older one with the longer beard is accusing the other one of cheating. You cough loudly to get their attention and introduce yourself by asking if either of them would like to join you on a treasure hunting trip to Firetop Mountain. They put down their dice and say they are both very interested in joining you on a quest. They both claim to have explored the tunnels of Firetop Mountain before. The older dwarf with ginger hair and a long beard, drooping moustache and ruddy cheeks is called Higley, who tells you he is experienced and trustworthy. He asks for an advance payment of 4 gold pieces and a share of half the treasure found. The younger dwarf, with long brown hair and a shorter beard, is called Ghibli, who says he is a fearless fighter and would join you for an immediate payment of 2 gold pieces, plus a third of the treasure found. If you want to pay 4 gold pieces to hire the services of Higley, turn to 128. If you want to hire Ghibli for 2 gold pieces, turn to 206. Did Higley save us? I feel like he did.
I think he told us not to go left because the whole dungeon was already looted. He got crushed by the giants, so I don't think the other guy's going to survive the giants.
Should we take Ghibli?
But what did he tell us? Did he tell us about Omyash? But I suppose we already do know.
We already know everything about Omyash now, so... New experience? Should we go Ghibli, or is your gut saying let's team back up with Higley?
I feel like being a cheapskate and going Ghibli, but at the same time, he sounds like a liar. He's cheating.
He might not be cheating.
Well, we don't have any reason to believe that the other guy wasn't a liar because he was quite good.
What do you reckon?
Well, write this page down anyway. Here's a checkpoint to
Oh,
start again.
that's it.
Fuck it up.
Early checkpoint.
Not really a checkpoint, but if we die, we can just come straight back to this point.
Okay, if you mean if we make the massive mistake that is taking Ghibli, we can come back here.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, drink for a checkpoint.
Yeah, so right, how much are we spending? 2 gold on him?
2 gold pieces on Ghibli.
Well, he's not getting any of the gold unless he does survive. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, you're not 2.
Take him to get him to carry his stuff.
Yeah, that's how the old Skyrim way. Okay.
Okay, Ghibli?
Yeah, let's go for Ghibli. Let's see.
206. We can always kill him if he's a little bitch.
True.
Ooh, I'm excited.
Yeah, new experiences here. Higley shrugs his shoulders and says, "No hard feelings. I'm sure Ghibli will serve you well. Good luck. You'll need it." He gets up from the table and saunters over to the bar to join the other miners. Ghibli smiles and says, "Don't worry about grumpy old Higley. He's just jealous you made the right decision. When do you want to set off?" You reply that you would like to get going as soon as possible. Ghibli says that is fine with him and he needs to be back in Anvil the day after tomorrow for his gold mining job.
Got a job and he's taking us up the mountain?
Yeah. You chat about your plan of action over a bowl of thick vegetable soup, a specialty of the tavern. Ghibli wipes his mouth and, with the back of his sleeve, stands up.
See that?
"That was delicious," he says, belching. "Now I need to get my axe, backpack, and water bottle from my room."
Oh, he's got a water bottle. Sensible boy.
Yeah, if he doesn't just run off on us. "If you give me 3 gold pieces, 2 for me and 1 to buy some climbing rope, I'll be back in under an hour."
What?
You give him the gold coins and watch him walk out on the street. You spend the next hour watching the dwarves arm wrestle and sing. As time passes, you are beginning to wonder what's happened to Ghibli when Higley strolls over and says casually, "You're fooling yourself if you think he's coming back. He'll be down by the mines now. This is not the first time he's run off with somebody's money. You can hardly believe what Higley tells you. If you want to wait a bit longer for Ghibli to come back, turn to 41. If you'd rather give up on him and hide Higley, turn to 128. We might as well see it through.
Should we go to 41 and then, if he doesn't turn up, we'll just do a fat drink and go back to the checkpoint?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
These youngsters.
I
You
told
can't
you.
trust millennials these days.
Millennials in modern ancient fantasy. Okay, 41. I knew he was a cheat.
I think he said dick. Higley shakes his head and says, "Don't hold your breath. I'll be over there if you need me." You watch him walk over to a group of dwarfs who are playing cards. You wait for Ghibli for another 30 minutes until it dawns on you that he really isn't coming back. I wish we could go on a quest to hunt Ghibli down and kill him. Lose 1 luck point. You walk over to Higley, who greets you by saying, "If you want me to join on your Firetap Mountain adventure, my fee has now gone up to 6 pieces in advance. That's the price for doubting me. You have no choice but to agree to his terms."
Yeah,
Right,
fuck
let's
that. We're
do
going
that.
back because I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I never liked Ghibli anyway. I just wanted to...
Because
Try it.
we knew that Higley was a good purchase in the first place, but we just wanted to see what was different.
Here we go.
Well, at least that has been narrowed down now, so he won't get stung again. Fuck you, Ghibli, and sack.
What a bitch. So we're going to go with good old Higley. He never let us down.
Yes.
128.
Oh, we need to take our 4 gold, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Higley?
He's worth every penny
I
of
think
that
he
4
is.
gold.
What did we pay 10 for the sword? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was it?
3. Oh, no, we haven't changed it yet. 128. Ooh. Hello.
Higley holds out his hand for you to count out the gold coins. He says he thanks you with a nod and head.
What? He thanks you with what?
With a nod
and head.
He thanks you with a nod of the head and says enthusiastically, "Firetop Mountain awaits us. I'm ready to go when you are."
He's ready to go. He grabs his ass,
a coil of rope and his backpack from behind the bar and follows you out of the tavern. You tell Higley that you want to set off immediately, but he says he never goes treasure hunting without first going to see Mystic Mary, a local soothsayer who will always give him helpful advice. If you want to visit the soothsayer, turn to 247. If you'd rather leave Amber without further delay, turn to 191. What did we learn?
Did we pay monies on Mystic Meg?
What did we learn from Mystic Meg? Did you write that down?
Oh, we learnt the eyes of the dragon are the gems on its head. Green is life, red is dead. So we don't need to see Mystic Mary. But is Ghibli gonna hate us for not letting him see his favourite shrink before we go?
Do we have the option of going there and not paying?
Maybe we do.
I don't think it will alter the story, but...
Sean's struggling with words today. Is that different from every?
Yeah, I'm always struggling with words. I speak before my mind is processed.
It's because you say what you want to see on the page.
Yes.
He gets overexcited sometimes.
Alright, I'm just going to check 247 and if it gives me the option to go to the other page just to see if we can bypass it.
Sounds good. I just don't want to upset Higley.
Yeah, so basically we just speak to her and we can give her 1 gold coin for some advice.
Yeah, we don't need
Or we go back to 191 anyway, so we don't need her, so we'll just go to 191.
Nice. Adventure time.
Thanks you with nod
and head before rushing out to see Mystic Meg. You head east, chatting excitedly with Higley about treasure hunting. Ahead you see the ominous fire-red peak of Firetop Mountain, its menacing steep face strewn with sharp crags of rock jutting out from it. As you approach the mountain, you see the cave entrance ahead. "Ha, here we are," Higley calls out loudly. He pulls his axe from his belt and steps into the gloom. The walls inside the cave are slimy and there are pools of dank water on the floor which give the air a musty smell. You set off down a passageway at the back of the cave and soon come to a junction. You ask Higley which way you should go and he replies that going left is pointless since treasure hunters have long since looted everything. You turn right and notice a small hole in the wall. You peer into the cavity, but it is too dark to see what is inside. If you want to reach into the hole, turn to 12. If you would rather walk on, turn to 49. Well,
we actually got gold in there, didn't we? But we got poison, so...
No, I don't think we did. Did we?
I think we got like 3 gold or something. It's not worth it.
Yes. Is it worth it?
No, because I'm thinking that takes a skill point off us.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not worth it. 49?
Yeah, let's skip the scorpion bite.
I mean, if you knew there was a scorpion in the hole, which we do, you wouldn't stick your hand in, so...
You wouldn't?
No.
No, definitely not.
Excuse me.
Well, I don't know. 3 gold coin. What is that in 2022 UK currency?
I reckon a gold is a tenner. Maybe more.
I'd maybe do that then.
Yeah, I'd say gold is a
It'd
tenner.
probably cover our takeaway tonight.
Yeah.
You soon arrive at the wooden door which has been smashed open and hangs in pieces on its rusty hinges. You peer into the gloom and see a clay pit just beyond the doorway. Higley ties one end of his climbing rope onto the door hinge before throwing it down the pit. He grins and says, "I'll go first." He grabs the rope to slide down into the pit. "Nothing to see down here," he says, looking up. You tell him not to be so hasty and slide down the rope to join him. You inspect the pit wall carefully and notice a faint vertical crack in the clay. You tell Higley to swing his axe at the wall and hear a dull clang as his blade strikes solid metal. You help him clear away the clay to reveal an iron door which is etched with the figures of a fire-breathing dragon. Higley urges caution, but you cannot resist trying the handle. Much to your surprise, it turns and you pull the creaking door open. You enter a small stone-walled chamber where you see an ancient wooden chest with thick brass edging on the marble plinth. Although it's quite dark inside the chamber, you can see that the far wall is decorated with colourful paintings of old bearded wizard in long robes holding a glass orb from which swirling gases are escaping. A huge dragon appears to be materializing from out of the gases. That could be a painting of Zagor, the evil warlock who used to live inside the mountain, Higley says excitedly, and this could be his long-lost treasure chest. You walk around the plinth looking for traps before inspecting the chest, which has 2 rows of interlocking dragon teeth, securing the lid to the frame of the chest. You can't find the lock, but there are 2 gemstone eyes, 1 emerald and 1 ruby, set in the lid, which is shaped like the top of a dragon's skull. Higley suggests that you should try pressing one of the gems that might open the chest. If you want to press the emerald eye, turn to 327. If you want to press the ruby eye, turn to 139. So we know that the emerald eye is life.
Yeah, that will open it.
Yeah.
I'm assuming red probably is like a booby trap.
Yeah, well, it literally says green is life, red is death on Mystic Meg's.
Now I kind of want to know, though.
I'm sure he presses it afterwards anyway, so...
No, he just tries on the crown. Because we told him to.
Is there a way out of that?
No, it's either he tries it on or we try it on. Why? You wanted to take your life for Higley?
No.
Maybe we should.
Quite curious, actually, to see.
We could read it and just see what happens.
We'll drink and read it, because...
Okay.
I mean, we're not going to do it legitimately, just because we've done it that many times in other books where we've just died, so...
Yeah, so we're taking Mary's advice and pressing the emerald button.
Yes.
You hear a faint click when you press the emerald eye and watch the lid slowly lift open like a huge mouth. On a red velvet cushion inside, you see a polished iron crown adorned with 4 iron warriors spaced equally apart on the rim. The warriors are all standing to attention with their hands resting on the hilt of their downward pointing swords. What a fantastic looking crown, explains Higley. It must have magic powers. I'm going to put it on. If you want to let Higley try on the crown...
I said Haley then.
You want to let Higley try on the crown? Turn to 166. If you want to try on the crown yourself, turn to 287.
Because this is not an option we'd ever choose, but out of curiosity, we want to see if we die or not. So we're going to hold that page and then and check it out.
Do you want me to hold it open for you?
Yeah, let me read it.
Let me be the one who reads it. So is this
7, is it?
287. That's the page we need.
And this is where we came from.
Yeah, got it.
You breathe in deeply and slowly place the crown on your head. Do you feel anything? Higley asks. You shake your head in reply. Higley lifts the velvet cushion out of the chest in hope of finding more treasure, but there is nothing else inside. We might as well take these gems, he says, drawing his dagger. Whilst he is prizing the ruby out of the eye socket, you suddenly feel the rim of the crown tighten around your head. You try to take it off, but it tightens even more. You feel a sharp pain in your head, which quickly intensifies. Higley looks worried and urges you to leave the chamber. You manage to climb out of the pit and stagger outside, clutching your head before collapsing to the ground. All you can see is a blurred image of Higley trying to pull the crown off your head. There is nothing more he can do to save you. Your adventure is over. So, yeah, we expect this.
At least the last thing we saw is Higley.
Maybe even gave his head again.
We don't call him Higley for nothing.
Right then. Right, let's let Higley try on the crown then, because that was just a curiosity.
Where's the page?
166.
166. Oh, is this where Higley dies?
Yes, instead of us.
Do I have to read it? Fortune favours the brave, Higley says cheerfully as he places the crown on his head. You watch him lift the velvet cushion out of the chest in the hope of finding more treasure, but there is nothing else inside. We might as well take these gems, he says, drawing his dagger. He begins to prise the ruby out of the eye socket when suddenly he drops his dagger. He looks alarmed and grabs the crown with both hands. It's crushing my head, he says, with a look of fear in his eyes. He tugs at the crown but is unable to take it off, even with your help. It tightens even more around his head, causing him considerable pain, but he manages to climb out of the pit and stagger outside, still pulling on the crown before collapsing on the ground. Daylight has activated the evil magic in a spell that was cast on the Iron Crown years ago. It drops off Higley's head and rolls away as if being controlled. You watch on incredulously as the 4 Iron warriors on the rim come alive. They jump down from the crown onto the ground to stand at attention in a circle, swords raised and tips touching. They grow quickly, and within seconds they are towering above you like a group of 5 feet high.
All 4 of them.
Iron statues. Although unable to see you, the iron giants sense your presence. Their heads turn towards you in unison, and one swings its huge sword down at you. What?
I'm getting some vivid visuals here.
Same. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is less than or equal to your skill, turn to 146. If the number it's gonna be, isn't it? If the number rolled is greater than your skill score, turn to 352. So 146.
Yeah, 146. You dive sideways and just manage to avoid being hit by the sword. You jump up and run back into the cave to escape the iron giants. Looking out from the safety of the cave entrance, you watch them continue to grow until they stand 10 meters tall. Without warning, they all turn around at the same time and slowly stride off west towards the pagan plains. Their giant articulated limbs making grating metallic sounds as they walk, and their thumping iron feet crushing anything in their path underfoot. As soon as they are gone, you run outside to where Higley is lying motionless on the ground, barely alive. "It's the crown of chaos. I am doomed," he whispers, struggling to breathe, his face contorted in pain. "The iron giants will destroy Alancia. Take the crown to Marek Omyash in Hamlin. He will help you. The magic items you'll need to find in Hamlin are..." But before he can finish his sentence, Higley falls silent. His eyes... I was just trying to figure out where I was then. It wasn't for the emphasis of silence.
For the drama.
His eyes close, never to open again. Lose 1 luck point, so that's inevitable. You place the crown in your backpack and set off southeast towards Hamlin. You look back momentarily to see the iron giants marching slowly on, towering above the trees. An hour later, you arrive at the Red River, where you see an old man with a wizened face lying asleep in a rowing boat which has been pulled up onto the bank. If you wish to talk to the old man, turn to 215. If you'd rather keep on walking along the riverbank, turn to 58.
What did the old man do for us?
Don't know. Have you written that down?
Oh, I think he just told us to watch out for card shops, or maybe that was the owner of Willow. So no, not really. Maybe we should walk. Let's leave the old man alone.
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, did we row in his boat? Yeah, but we skipped a load, didn't we? Maybe we should walk.
I'm just gonna have a...
We might have skipped something by getting in the old man's boat. Because he didn't give us anything.
Did we definitely get in the boat?
Yeah.
Ask if you can hire him to row to Hamlin.
Yeah.
Draw your sword. Apologise for walking. We apologised,
I
didn't
think we apologised for waking him, and then he was like, "Oh, I can row you too."
So I feel like he probably couldn't...
Let's do something different.
Yeah, go on then. Let's keep on walking along the river.
Hopefully that doesn't end in our death.
Yeah, but at least we'll know. Page 58, I think it is. So we're going down a different pathway, which is what we want, really.
Road again?
Yeah, that's it. Willie Nelson in the boat.
It's not long before you come to an old log cabin. Oh, this is where the horse is.
Oh, right.
So we could have skipped the whole old man thing.
He must have told us something.
Then you just told us to watch out for card shops.
Or maybe he offered us the boat and we didn't take it because we were trying to save some money or something.
Oh, he did give us the boat. But I think did we buy it from him?
Probably. Either way, we've made it.
We don't need a boat. We can swim. It's not long before you come to an old log cabin which has a small vegetable patch in front of it. Smoke drifts up from the chimney and you see there are 2 saddled horses tethered to a post nearby. If you want to knock on the door of the cabin, turn to 388. If you'd rather keep on walking along the riverbank, turn to page 6.
I don't think we actually gained anything from talking to this guy.
No, we just bought his horse.
Yeah. He gave it on a deal, so I reckon we didn't...
We don't need it.
No.
He gave us some useful information which did come in handy, but now we already know the information.
About the card shops, yeah.
And also about Marek as well, I think.
He told him about these
He said he was a recluse.
Yeah. And he told us to speak to that Bibby woman, I think.
Yeah. So I meant, oh no, we haven't really done anything yet.
Yeah, we haven't done anything too different just yet. Okay, so
keep on walking?
Keep on walking.
Ooh, I just hope we actually get to Hamlin if we walk and we don't have to row across to it.
Yeah. There's got to be a lot of stuff down here we haven't seen. You walk quickly along the riverbank. It's not long before you come to a grove where you see a bearded man who is tied up to an old oak tree.
Yeah.
He is wearing a leather waistcoat and a leather headband to keep his long hair out of his eyes. When he sees you, he calls out, begging to free him. You look around to make sure it's not a trap before asking the man what happened. His name is Victor. Yeah, he's the archer, right?
I thought it was going to be another old man.
He replies desperately, I was on my way from Zengis to Moonstone Hills when 3 goblins jumped out on me from behind the trees. They took everything I had. Please untie me and I will be forever in your debt. If you want to help the man, turn to 187. If you'd rather walk on, we might as well help him again.
Yeah, we didn't lose anything.
No, let's do it.
I don't remember having to fight the
So maybe he's not a
goblins,
companion. Let's take him anyway, 187. I remember it was take him while he's bound to this tree.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure we didn't lose out on anything doing this. Because we were surprised that he wasn't like a barbarian.
That was it. It was a test your luck. You walk over to the tree to untie the unfortunate adventurer. He thanks you over and over again and finishes by saying, since those greasy goblins stole everything, I have nothing to reward you with except for this lucky charm.
Oh, okay.
He pulls a wooden button off his waistcoat and hands it to you. It is carved in the shape of a clover leaf. The charm can be used once only to make you automatically lucky when you test your luck, after which it will be a simple button again. You thank him for the gift, wish him well, and set off towards Hamlin. Turn to 393.
Okay, so let's write that down. I think we should keep that button until we get down to like below 7, because we seem to get luck points quite easily in this, so we don't want to get back to 12 and then miss out on gaining another point, if you know what I mean.
Insta luck roll. Oh, I didn't put it in the cache. I'll just put lucky button. Okay.
No, where were we? Oh, so it's not a testable, you just read testable.
Yeah.
393. Whilst walking along the riverbank... Oh, this is different.
Oh, this is different.
What's different then? Did we get unlucky last time or something?
No, we took it, but we weren't rowing, so maybe, I don't know.
Whilst walking along the riverbank, you become aware of the sound of thundering hooves coming from the north. You turn your head to see a cloud of dust rising up in the distance. A party of centaurs is galloping towards you, with their spears raised in the air. Part man, part horse, they hunt in groups, picking off easy prey to steal their belongings. As they draw closer, you see there are at least 6 of them, with their leader galloping ahead, brandishing a spear and a shield. If you want to stand your ground and fight them, turn to 336. If you want to dive into the river and swim to the far bank, turn to 241. I mean, we don't really want to cross the water, do we?
Not really.
Should we try and fight them?
Should we checkpoint it?
Yeah.
I know it's another checkpoint, but 393?
Yeah. And if we decide that we have to fight 6 of them, we will figure out a way to make it a little bit faster, maybe. Okay, so...
maybe we just have to fight the leader.
Maybe, and then hopefully they've been robbing people all day, we can take all the belongings. Okay, so turn to 336 to fight them.
Oh, we didn't show the picture. I mean, I feel like the light is a lot brighter today, but this is a group of centaurs charging towards us.
Too low?
This has gone very dark.
There we go. They're dangerous. They look dangerous, but we have a skill score of 12, so, I mean, we should be okay, hopefully.
I feel like we should maybe have heeded John's warning.
I didn't see the warning.
Oh my god!
What?
You're gonna be so glad we checkpointed.
Go on then.
You draw your sword and stand ready to fight.
One of them throws a spear at you.
As they thunder towards you, they split into 2 groups to attack you from both sides. 2 of the centaurs are archers who release their arrows with deadly accuracy. Arrows thump into your back with a dull thud. You sink to your knees, encircled by the galloping centaurs, who whoop with joy as they hurl their spears at you without mercy.
Jesus.
The battle is over in minutes. Your adventure is over.
That was a very fortunate checkpoint. Did John say that before we made the decision?
I feel like John knew all along. I guess we're diving into the river and taking a fat drink.
It looks like we still might have to fight him though, because it says like centaurs in bold, which means he's an enemy. So, okay, we're jumping in the water then. 2, 4, 1, and I'll take my drink.
Oh no, what if we dive? We're not taking the boat.
We'll be fine. We can look our way out of it.
You run down the riverbank and dive into the cold waters just as the centaurs are about to close in on you.
Look, roll.
They do not follow you into the river, but watch on, jeering and banging their weapons against their shields. You swim as fast as you can and notice a disturbance in the water as something glides under the surface towards you. Test your luck. If you are lucky, turn to 301. If you are unlucky, turn to 45.
You're not very good at these books without cheating. The problem is, well, the difference is if we're not playing them on stream, we probably would just like play it safe because we would want to survive. But when we're playing it on stream, we kind of rush to action, don't we? We rush to events and.
It's not that we rush. It's more like I don't know. It's like entertainment value, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. So right, we have to roll for a luck roll.
Yes.
Okay, so there's mine. So if it's right, we've done it, I think.
What's yours? I can't even see it. Where's your dice at? Move the thing, but slide it back.
I don't know what happened there, but
I still can't see your dice.
it's a 3.
Move it like this. Oh shit! Whoa, that's close.
3-3.
Okay. So deduct a luck point.
Okay.
And turn to page 301. Excuses. Don't tell me you don't cheat, John. We know you cheat.
You are relieved to see that the ripples in the water are being caused by a shoal of fish swimming upstream against the current. You swim on without stopping and climb out of the water onto the grassy bank. You raise your sword in a defiant gesture to the centaurs. Why would we do that? You turn and gallop off to find somebody else to rob. You take off your backpack and dry yourself off to look inside to see if anything was lost in the river. Nothing is missing except for 4 of your provisions.
That's a lot of provisions.
Which have been washed away.
That is why we should have bought a boat.
Lose 1 luck point.
And 4 provisions.
I don't understand how we've got to this compared to last time.
Because we went on foot and we didn't. No, I think we took the boat and we saw the guy. So we clearly just went on the boat.
But should that take you to the same page?
I don't know. Unless we turned to the wrong page. We may have turned to the wrong page.
Lose 1 luck point, I've just done that. Where am I?
Provisions for...
Oh, brutal.
It's gonna hurt us later.
Yep, definitely. Where was I? The sun is beginning to drop in the late afternoon sky. Behind you, as you set off east again, eager to reach Hamlin before nightfall, you pick up the pace when you see a small town in the distance. The dwellings are mainly overhanging timber-framed houses, and there are a few taller buildings beyond. To your right, there are farm workers toiling away in the fields, digging up carrots and potatoes and loading them onto carts. There is an old graveyard to your left, with weathered gravestones crammed together in a row surrounding a large vine-covered stone tomb. So,
we've already looked at the gravestones.
is this the same one, do you think?
Yes.
So the options are...
We need to examine the tomb though, don't we?
Look at the gravestones, examine the tomb, walk straight into Hamlin. Was that where the wraith was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and we got something important from the... Did we get something important from the wraith?
We'll do it anyway. We must have got something.
Oh, you know what we got? We got the pouch with the skulls in it.
Really?
And the bird bones.
Alright then, so let's go to examine the tomb 86. I mean, we should be able to kill them a lot quicker this time around.
Yeah, this is a wraith, which we have encountered before. The tomb is built of sandstone, which has turned black over time. There are carved stone gargoyles on each of the 4 corners of the flat roof, and broken steps which lead down to a wooden door almost hidden by thick vines. You walk down the steps and cut away the vines with your sword to reveal a handle which turns in your hand. The door is wedged shut, blocked at the bottom by dirt and debris, but you manage to barge it open with your shoulder. You stare into the musty-smelling tomb, your eyes trying to adjust to the near darkness. You step inside and walk slowly towards a stone sarcophagus which lies in the middle of the tomb. You feel a cold draft of wind on your neck and spin around to see a shadowy figure in a long, ragged black gown, hovering above the cold stone floor. Its face, but for its glowing red eyes, is hidden by a large hood. "Welcome, I waited a long time for this moment," it says in a hissing whisper. Vicious long claws suddenly appear from out of its baggy sleeves as the wraith glides forward to attack you. You draw your sword quickly to defend yourself. If you possess a vampire sword, which we do, add 2 to your attack strength for each attack round.
But basically useless.
No, you had 2.
We can have 14 then,
Yeah.
which means we win every time.
Do we?
No, because
Not
we get
necessarily.
16.
We might roll 2 ones.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So the wraiths.
We never got a ghost, did we?
Skill, we didn't get a ghost. What do we have? Did we use
That
the
thing we used
yeah.
last time. So, what is the skill?
His skill is 10.
Oh,
I didn't think it was that. I didn't think it was that big. And his stamina is 8.
Okay, then let's go. First battle.
So we're at skill 14.
Yeah.
20 versus.
So they can only get 22 as a max. So
Right,
it's
nice.
a win. So
Hopefully this will be a quick fight.
I hope so.
Imagine if we died. How unlucky we would be.
It'd be very unfortunate, but we'd be able to get some of those luck points back by not fighting the centaurs.
23.
They can't get any more
Yeah.
anyway. So
So we won.
down to 4. I mean, you probably can't use 14. I'm not gonna lie. You probably should just stick to 12. But
No, we got the sword. Oh,
there we go. 14.
17 versus 9.
Nice.
So we could win if we got super unlucky.
Yeah, like how many times in a row? Like 7 rounds in a row.
20.
20 for us, and for the Wraith.
Okay, we've won. Nice.
Easy. Okay.
Where was the wraith at?
Assassin.
Which is now a ghost random.
Oh, what we needed.
Yeah.
Why does it reset like that? Okay.
If you win, turn to 159.
All that remains of the Wraith is its long gown lying in a crumpled heap on the stone floor. If you want to open the sarcophagus, turn to 365. If you've not done so already, you may look at the gravestones. If you would rather leave the tomb and go to Hamlin, turn to 26. So,
Open it. There's one thing.
okay, so 365, open the sarcophagus.
I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't the gauntlet. Was it the pouch?
I feel like we got that later on. Oh, these options, okay.
Yeah, so you grip the sarcophagus lid and push it with all your might and manage to slide it back halfway. You see a skeleton lying inside, encased in a suit of plate mail armor. The body armor appears to be too big for you, but the gauntlet on the skeleton's right hand looks like it could be a good fit. There is also a leather pouch clutched in the fingers of the skeleton, and a sword with a claw-shaped pommel held in its right hand. Will you try on the gauntlet, take the pouch, take the sword? Look at the gravestones with the tomb.
Alright, so definitely not the gauntlet.
Yeah.
The gauntlet.
What was the sword?
We never tried it, I don't think.
Did we try it? I've made a note that the gauntlet is bad,
Yeah.
but I haven't made a note about the sword. But I feel like it must have been
This-
bad.
This is the one where the gauntlet took skill off, I think. The pouch,
Just gave us stuff.
no, it took luck off as well.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
But we got skulls from it.
Yeah, we didn't try the sword, so...
Do you want to try the sword and maybe check?
Yes, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. We're slipping into old habits.
We're on a quest of knowledge, that's what it is.
365.
Yeah, so let's take the sword, and we'll probably want to get the pouch as well, so hopefully the sword doesn't lose us any skills.
It might kill us.
Well, yeah, true.
Are you sure we didn't try the sword?
I feel like we didn't. Or maybe we did. Maybe it's the one that told us to like swap out our sword or something. Okay, 67.
Is it not your go?
Oh yeah. You have found a dragon sword which has the sharpest blade you've ever seen in your life. Make a note of it on your adventure sheet. If you want to exchange it for your own
Oh no.
if you want to exchange it for your own sword. If you want to exchange it for your own sword, oh, so you can swap it.
Oh no.
I feel like we should.
Was it not a dragon sword that we could have bought from
It
the...
was a serpent sword. A sword with a serpent edge.
I mean from that guy before. Was that not a dragon sword?
No, that was a fire sword.
Ah, should we swap it?
Yeah, because I mean we've already taken down the wraith.
Why do we have to swap it? Why can't we just take it?
Because I don't think it's like GTA where you can just like have a rocket launcher and a knife in your back pocket.
Right, I'll cross out vampire sword and now got dragon
It's
sword.
a learning experience, so dragon sword is probably going to be more useful. It says it's the sharpest blade you've ever seen in your life.
It is.
You're going to try on the gauntlet, blah blah blah, or take the pouch. Should we take the pouch? I think we'll lose a luck point, but it might come in handy.
I think we should take the pouch,
Yeah.
just in case. You never know.
Yep, so 100. I just feel like by the time we actually finish this book, we're gonna have everything perfect because we've done it so many times.
Good. You uncurl the skeleton's brittle fingers and take the pouch, which feels like it contains some metal objects. If you want to open the pouch, turn to 171. If you do not wish to open the pouch and have... Oh, so you've got to either open it or not take it.
Oh, okay.
Open the pouch?
Open the pouch.
171.
I mean, thinking about it, it sounds like a curse, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But as long as you
We'll
keep
never
it in
learn.
your inventory, then I guess it's got some kind of use. You untie the string binding and pour the contents of the pouch into your hand. Nestling in the palm of your hand are 3 small human-shaped skulls. One is made of gold, one is made of silver, and one is made of brass. There are also 3 small bones, perhaps from a bird, engraved with tiny symbols. You put the objects back in your pouch and decide what to do next. If you have not done so already, you may try on the gauntlet, or leave the tomb to look at the gravestones. If you rather walk straight to Hamlin, turn to 26. So, we didn't lose a luck point for that.
No. So I've written down that we've got gold, silver, and bronze, tiny human skulls, and engraved bird bones. We've also swapped out the vampire sword for the dragon sword.
Yes. So we're in Hamlin, so we're already here.
You follow a dirt track through a gated stone archway with into Crown Street, which is a narrow cobbled road lined with old buildings. There is a guard with a dented helmet and chainmail armor leaning on his spear by the main gate, but he pays no attention as he slowly munches on an apple. He looks half asleep. You see people going about their business, some carrying baskets, others wheeling wooden barrows along the bumpy road. Everybody looks happy, chatting and laughing together in the warm early evening sun. A shifty-looking juggler in a red and green silk costume, wearing a fool's cap, curled up, and silk slippers curled up at the toe, starts dancing around you, tossing wooden balls into the air, hoping that you might drop a coin into the tin cup on his belt. You walk past him, straight into the path of a long-haired young woman who is dressed in a shin-length burgundy gown with long flared sleeves and brown boots.
This is baby,
she.
right?
Maybe we should do this one. A dagger is tucked into her belt and she has the leather purse slung across her shoulders. She stands in front of you, hands on hips, and stays with a beaming smile. Welcome to Hamlin. My name is Binny Brogan and it would be my pleasure to give you a tour of the town. Just 1 gold piece is all I ask. I'll make sure you find a place to stay if you're planning on staying there. What do you say? If you want to pay Binny 1 gold for a tour of Hamlin, turn to 125. If you'd rather politely refuse her offer and walk on, turn to 356. Are we...
Crusty jugglers with his wooden pole. I think we should do it again and go to the tavern because I really want to win the pie eating contest.
How did we lose the pie eating contest?
Was it luck?
Something ridiculous.
We'll get to that when we get to it.
Have you lost the gold yet?
Maybe we can use our clover in the pie.
Oh, maybe we could. That might be a waste, but we could do, technically.
It might be worth doing it just to see. And then, I mean, we might die again, so the more knowledge, the better. So pay 1 gold piece for a tour of Hamelin, turn to 125.
Have you paid a gold?
Yes. Binny thanks you for paying her and says, "You look like you've travelled far. You must be hungry. I think I should take you to an inn before we begin the tour. Follow me." She turns left down a narrow alleyway which ends at a tavern called the Krusty Pie Inn. Burning lanterns hanging above the open doorway, you can hear raucous laughter coming from inside. Binny beckons you to enter. "After you," she says cheerfully. "I think you're going to enjoy yourself in here." You enter the crowded tavern where you see 5 people sitting on a table. One of them, a huge barbarian, each with an empty plate in front of them. A burly red-cheeked man wearing an apron over his shirt and breeches bang a copper pan. No, we're not there yet. Ladle and shouts, "I need 1 more person to volunteer for this evening's pie eating contest. The pies are free, and if you win, you also get a free room for the night if you want it. All the losers pay 2 gold each to cover the cost of the pies. Who fancies their chances?" There are murmurs coming from the crowd, but nobody else sits down at the table. Binny looks at you and suggests that you should give it a go. If you want to enter the pie eating contest, turn to 320. If you'd rather watch the contest, turn to 53.
Let's redeem ourselves.
Yeah, we need to do this. 320. So, yeah, we might get a luck point or something, hopefully, if we actually win this.
Or we might die from eating too much pie.
Well, it didn't happen last time we failed.
You take your place at the table next to the barbarian, who grunts when you sit down. The innkeeper signals for the contest to begin by banging on his copper pan.
Yeah, so if you watch part 1, you'll realise that she was laughing quite a lot at that, because instead of saying banging on his old pan, I said he was banging his pan, and it just
But then you made up words.
Yeah, I said he was an old pan. But it conjured up some imagery for sure, so...
A short, balding man wearing a chef's hat and an apron appears from the kitchen at the back of the tavern, carrying a metal tray piled high with steaming hot pies with thick pastry lids. The onlookers begin to clap loudly in unison as the competition gets underway. You devour 2 vegetable pies and 1 meat and potato pie before you begin to slow down. Your 4th is a cheese and onion pie, which is hard going. You stare at your 5th pie, wondering how you could possibly eat another one, and hope that it isn't too heavy. 3 of the contestants stand up after admitting defeat, leaving you, the barbarian, and a portly dwarf to battle it out. Without warning, the dwarf suddenly stands up and dashes outside, where you can hear him being ill.
Shitting in the alleyway.
The barbarian laughs loudly at the dwarf's misfortune and picks up his next pie. Test your luck. If you are lucky, turn to 143. If you are unlucky, turn to 62.
Right, we are winning this competition no matter
Our luck
what.
is 9. Do you want to roll, or do you want to use our lucky button? Should we roll?
Let's roll. Our luck isn't too bad.
So we've got to get 9 or under. Nice.
We've done it.
Easy.
We got 6 there, so if you're lucky, turn to 143.
Do you want to deduct luck point?
Yeah, 1 sec.
Woohoo! I'm excited. Not yet. There might be another round.
Oh yeah, true. This might fast track us to
It's a barbarian.
You bite into the warm golden pastry of what turns out to be another vegetable pie. The barbarian takes a huge bite out of his pie and immediately spits it out across the table. Vegetables? I don't eat vegetable pies, I eat meat pies. Bring me another meat pie, he demands loudly.
Sounds like you.
It's true. So 4 meat pies in a row, the barbarian is angry that he's been given a pie that he doesn't like. The innkeeper tells him that it is the luck of the draw and he must eat whatever he's been given. No, shouts the barbarian in a booming voice. Well, that means you are disqualified. The innkeeper replies calmly. The barbarian stands up, kicks over the table, which causes an uproar in the tavern. Backed up by his regular customers, the innkeeper threatens the barbarian with a wooden club and tells him to leave the tavern and never come back. The barbarian glares back at him before storming out of the tavern. A cheer goes up and you are declared the winner. Although you feel uncomfortably full, the pie boosts your energy. Add 2 stamina points, which we can't do.
We can't, yeah.
Binny comes over to congratulate you, saying, "Congratulations. Okay. I had a feeling you might win, and you are well nourished and have a free room for the night. Marvellous. It's getting late, so I'm going home. I'll be back first thing in the morning to give you a tour of the town. She walks out of the tavern, leaving you to join the innkeeper and the customers in a rowdy sing-song as the night sets in. Before you retire to your room, you ask everybody in the tavern if they know where Marek Omyash lives, but nobody seems to know him. You manage to get a good night's rest, add 2 stamina points, and go downstairs in the morning.
So you could technically have added 4 stamina points.
Yeah, if this was Fabled Lands.
Yeah.
Part 20
No.
Where you find the innkeeper clearing up the mess from the night before. Binny Brogan was here earlier. She said she couldn't wait for you any longer and had to go. You thank the innkeeper and leave the tavern wondering why Binny couldn't wait for you. Turn to 364.
I really want to do Binny's quest.
Well, we might have to find her because it leaves it open there saying that you're wondering why, so...
I feel like the first playthrough is either Binny or Marek.
Yeah, but we know where Marek is.
We know how to get there.
We know everything about Marek.
Okay, this is a picture. We've been here before.
Oh, it's those
2 gentlemen. There are lots of people up early and walking along Crown Street towards the centre of town. You ask a passerby where everybody's going, and he tells you that they are on their way to celebrate the first day of unlocking at the fair, which unlocking, which only comes to Hamelin once every 6 months. You follow the crowd and notice 2 odd-looking fellows coming in the opposite direction. Deep in conversation.
Just picturing 2 guys.
Just 2 guys having a good time. One is a middle-aged man who is carrying some old leather books under his arm. His baggy shirt is tucked into wool breeches. They like breeches. I feel like they've moved on from loincloths to breeches in this book.
It's 2022. It's more acceptable.
Which are held up by a wide leather belt. He is wearing a wide-brimmed hat on...
The other one is wearing a thong.
He's wearing a wide-brimmed hat on top of his shoulder-length hair, and he has a long beard which hangs down to the floor. The other man, who is younger and much shorter, is walking along on wooden stilts with an equally long beard, brushing the floor. If you want to stop to ask them a question, turn to 37. If you want to carry on walking, turn to 164. Let's not bother because they didn't give us anything.
They just told us about the magic items.
Could we ask them a different question?
I think so. One of the questions was where was that guy and one was the magic items. So we might as well just go through it quick.
Do we ask them a question?
Yeah.
37. I don't think we lost anything.
No.
I think we just annoyed them.
37?
37.
The men stop and stare at you with furrowed brows. The man on stilts says in a sharp voice, "How rude of you. Don't you know who we are? We are the wise beards. We are deep thinkers. We do not have time to stand around and talk to strangers. What do you want? If you want to ask if they know where Marek Yash lives, turn to 324. If you want to ask where in Hamlet Fair is taking place, turn to 384.
That's obvious though, it's like in the centre.
Yeah. Should we ask where the fair is taking place?
Yeah, let's ask them.
384.
They're going to laugh at us. The taller man raises his eyebrows and says in an exasperated voice, "Follow the crowd, you can't miss it. Now Cedric and I have to go. We have lots to think about. Goodbye."
Cedric? No, I don't think he told us his name last time.
No, Cedric and I. You watch them walk off, leaving you to carry on towards the town centre into 164. Okay, Cedric. I'm coming for you.
Cedric Diggory. 164. Oh god. I remember this vaguely. Ahead you see a crowd of people hurrying to get into the fair, which you can hear is already buzzing with activity. You follow them into the town square where you see jugglers, storytellers and minstrels entertaining the happy townsfolk. Smiling merchants stand behind their stalls selling cloth, flowers, jewellery and weapons, while the food vendors are busy preparing hog roast and bubbling pans of hot soup suspended over open fires. And there are colourful tents at the back to add to the excitement. Suddenly you hear a roar and see a young man being carried out of the square on a canvas stretcher. He's out cold. Somebody pours a bucket of water over his face and he wakes up rubbing his cheek and looking confused. You stroll over to find out what happened and come face to face with an enormous bald ogre with 2 rotten fangs protruding from his bottom jaw. He glares down at you and says, "Are you next?" To which the crowd starts chanting, "Yes, yes, yes." A scraggy-haired man in a bright orange waistcoat and floppy hat taps you on the shoulder with his cane and in a loud voice says, "My name is Jorgen and I am Humluck's manager. It's 1 gold piece to enter the face slapping contest. If you knock him out, you'll win 5 gold pieces and a special prize. You saw what happened to the last challenger, but I'm sure you can do better. What do you say? If you want to accept the challenge, turn to 94. If you'd rather look around the fair, turn to 252. So we need all the money we can get.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, wasn't it? I'm sure we like.
So. We must have had less luck than last time as well.
Is it another luck point though?
It's that either luck or skill. But I'm pretty sure we were down to like 7 skill at this point.
Fuck. The crowd cheers when they hear you accept the challenge and throw their hats into the air with excitement. After paying his manager 1 gold piece, you are told to stand opposite the ogre. You stare at each other intently, both trying to intimidate the other. Jorgen spins a coin in the air and asks you to call heads or tails. I can't remember for the life of me what we did. If you want to call heads, 10 to 55. We rock, paper, scissors it. If you want to call heads, 10 to 55. If you want to call tails,
heads for a good roll.
Heads for a good time.
Head for a good time. I think it was.
Do you drink?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was head, but...
Checkpoint, 94.
Mm-hmm.
Should we go ahead?
Yes.
Head never fails. Or it should be tails now.
You watch the cold coin spin through the air and lands on the ground. It bounces off before coming to a rest. Heads it is, shouts Jorgen. He points at you and says, "Stranger, you shall slap first." So this is yeah. He turns to the ogre and says, "Humlook, place your hands behind your back and present your face to be walloped." The ogre snorts as he sticks his chin out and spits on the floor. A look of contempt on his face. You can pull your arm back and smack his face as hard as you can. Roll 2 dice. If the number rolled is the same or less than your skill score, turn to 3, 7, 8.
Nice, we've done it. Should we roll anyway, see what we get?
Yes. This is how hard the slap is.
Oh, a very minor slap.
Lower is better though, isn't it? I suppose lower is a stronger slap. So 3, 7, 8.
And it was a fine slap. You watch Humlook teeter for a second with his eyes glazing over before he falls backwards and crashes to the ground.
Slappity slap, yes, John. Got absolutely wrecked.
The crowd roars with delight at the sight of the ogre being knocked out. His manager looks stunned. He tries his best to revive the ogre, but without success. Not success. Humlook is out cold. He reaches into his waistcoat pocket and begrudgingly pays you 5 gold pieces.
Nice.
Have you already taken the 1 off?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was possible, he says, shaking his head. Nobody has ever beaten Humlook before. Here's your special prize. He takes off his hat and hands you a small leather purse from under it. You untie the purse and take out a gold ring which fits perfectly on your little finger. Shaped like a bull's head, it is a ring of strength. Oh no! Add 1 skill point and 2 stamina points. But we can't do that. Should we add it into our
Yeah,
cash?
we might be able to sell it. Yeah, we might be able to sell the ring later.
Use it later.
That
To regain our skill or luck or stamina. So
That's true. We're not putting it on. We're putting it in the cash.
yeah, we're saving it for later. Humlook finally sits up, looking a bit dazed, and you go over to shake hands with him before walking off to look around the fair.
Okay, so ring
So what
that.
is it?
Write that.
Ring of strength.
Ring that down.
I'm gonna put it in our cash. Ring of strength.
1 skill point, 2 stamina points.
Okay.
This is how we are rewarded for doing so well.
Yeah, we're saving items.
You look around to see if there's anybody at the fair who stands out from the crowd that you might be able to tell where Marek or Myash lives, but realise it's pointless. Will you watch the entertainers on the side so you know because we got robbed?
You get robbed.
Look at the vendor stalls or walk over to the tents. So,
Vendor stores?
yeah. 317. We're going on a massive spend binge here.
Oh, we can't spend it all. We need at least 10.
What for?
For the sword?
No, because we might. No, I'm pretty sure you have to swap that sword for the one you've got.
Yeah, but we need that sword, don't we?
Not really.
I'm sure we do.
For what? We never came to a page where we needed a sword with a serpent thing on it.
This is wrong.
We didn't even make it to the Gorgon.
Where did you tell me to go?
I don't know.
Vendor soul. Oh, 317.
You go to 371.
Yeah. Saw giant rats. The first store that you come to belongs to a man called Honest.
Becomes a man.
Becomes a man called Honest John, who is standing behind a table selling small bottles and jars of potions and lotions. He's wearing a feathered cap and a long-sleeved tunic over a frayed linen shirt. He boasts that his medicines will prevent or cure any disease or illness and asks you to look at his slate, which lists everything on sale. Drink or apply as instructed on the label, he says with a beaming smile. So, the options are bat balm. I don't remember needing that.
We did come across some bats,
But we didn't need it.
yeah, I don't think we needed
Frog spittle. Didn't need that.
it. We don't know yet about any of
Swamp juice. Green slime. Snake oil. Spider oil we need.
Right, we needed spider oil. We think so anyway. We never actually found out. We could have. We don't know what we would have got if we would have got past that one, but we might as well buy that anyway.
Fever-free tonic. Wheelie water. Dragon tears. Goblin earwax, which we need.
that.
Orc snottle and cockroach cream.
What's the rest of it?
What should we spend? That's it.
No, it's not.
Oh. What, this?
Yeah.
The man soon loses his patience, waiting for you to buy something. Make your mind up, he says grumpily. I haven't got all day. There are customers behind you waiting to buy my special remedies. If you want to buy one or more medicines from Honest John, deduct the total number of gold pieces you spend from your adventure sheet. Honest John turns to serve the next customer, who is waiting to buy a jar of orc snottle and wheelie water. You leave them to it and walk on to the next stall. Maybe that's making us buy the wheelie water even though we don't need it.
Yeah. Right, first off, right, we definitely need the earwax, so let me take, if you want to take that down, I'll take the gold off. So it's that 3 gold.
Okay, so we've got goblin earwax.
Okay, so that takes us down to 36. We need spider oil.
Spider oil.
Is 2 gold. Okay.
Should we buy the wheelie water?
Yeah. 32.
Why would you need wheelie water?
We get the dragon tears.
Yeah.
28.
What else? Snake oil. It's only a gold.
Yeah, let's get the snake oil as well.
Should I check through my notes just in case?
Yeah.
I've written we need earwax. I think that's it.
Just noticed the excellent map in the corner. Yeah, it's we don't know what this map is actually from, but we basically got it from Google. I'm assuming it's a map from one of the other books. The only really up-to-date one is the one that's on the back of the hardback, but it's got a barcode on it, so we couldn't have really uploaded that yet.
So last time we played, we bought the wheelie water.
Yeah.
Dragon tears.
Yeah.
We bought the fever-free tonic as well, which I do feel could come in handy. And it's 2 gold, so that'll take us to 25.
Yeah, let's get that as well then. 25 for the fever-free tonic.
Oh, we bought loads from this dude.
Trying to remember what the other stalls had. I feel like the illusion one has probably got some.
Yeah, I've literally drawn a love heart next to the illusionist shop, so... Do you want to spend another 2?
What's left? Bat balm, frog spittle, swamp juice, green slime.
But they're only 1 gold, so I can't see them being that useful.
I'm just hoping there's not something for 10 gold and then something for 15 we need to buy.
Yeah, we can afford it even if there is.
Only if we don't buy anything else.
No.
Let's see what comes of the items we've got now. The map is one off the later original printings. Oh, really? For the Warlock of Firetop Mountain, or just like a fighting fantasy as a whole?
Next stall, here and now.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you for me.
Yeah. This chair is very big. It's hard to get through. The next stall is piled high with brass and iron key locks. A jovial looking man with dark hair parted in the middle is wearing a gold tunic over a patterned shirt is sitting on a stool behind a table, trying to open a brass lock with a pick lock. As you walk past, he starts to sing a jolly rhyming melody without a care in the world. I like gold keys, pickles and cheese. I like gold keys, beans and peas. I like gold keys and bumblebees. I like gold keys and oak trees. If you have the gold key and would like to sell it to the singing salesman, turn to 346. If you'd rather walk on and go to the next stall, turn to 119. So we don't know where to get this key from. And I don't know how many options there have been for us to get the key, honestly. So the next stall is with the guy with the gold key. So
shit, and we haven't found a gold key yet.
No, so we can't do anything. So turn to the next stall, 119.
I wonder if we can buy a lockpick somewhere or something.
But I don't think you can get a chance to go back to Hamlin. So 119.
Shit, we may have failed then.
No, we might get a pick lock.
Ooh, the next stall is a colourful flower stall with a display of vases and jars filled with beautiful sunflowers, lotus flowers and blue orchids. There are also some exotic looking plants which you have never seen before in your life. A wooden sign with the words Faye's Flowers is leaning against one of the vases. There is a chair behind the stall with a note pinned to it which says back in 10 minutes. If you want to wait for the florist to return, turn to 308. If you'd rather walk on to the next stall, turn to 141.
Right, we need the blue orchid to talk to Marek or Yash about the thing, but if we can just leave and get to the Gorgon's tomb
we
without
don't need to talk to him.
Yeah, so we should be alright then.
Let's go to the next stall.
Either way, we'll figure out if we need to actually talk to him, so
yeah.
Let's just go to the next stall.
141. We haven't seen, what's she called?
Who?
Binny?
No.
Binny Brogan?
There are two bearded dwarfs with their sleeves rolled up and arms folded standing behind a handcar which they are using as a stall. There is a large wooden barrel on the car which is filled to the brim with sawdust. A sign nailed on the barrel says Lucky Dip, 1 gold piece. If you want to take your chances at the Lucky Dip, turn to 342. If not, and have not done so already, may you either walk over to the tents or look at the entertainers, or you may leave the fair via Brass Street. So,
did we actually get anything?
Weren't they all unlucky? That was with the jar with the bug in, wasn't it?
I feel like there may be one thing that wasn't unlucky, but I can't remember what it was.
Did we try them all?
I thought we did try them all.
Wasn't it out of 6?
Yeah.
I'm sure we didn't try all 6.
No, it was 1 to 2.
No, I think this is where we actually lost the skill and the luck points.
Oh no, this is bad.
It might be worth drinking and testing them all out.
No, they were bad. The 5 to 6 was definitely bad. That was the beetle jar, whatever it was.
Oh, we did try them all.
Yeah, we did.
It was 3 options and we chose one that wasn't as bad.
But they were all still bad, weren't they?
I think so, yeah. Let's skip
was
that.
The one good thing? I can't remember.
What was in the inventories?
I haven't written anything down. But we may not have taken... Because we didn't actually take anything, we cheated. And then we ended up going for the less painful.
Yeah.
But we didn't... I don't know if we knew the third outcome or not.
I feel like we did. I feel like we did all 3 and we just took like the worst one. So let's just leave the fair, 3:30.
Leave the fair?
We have to go to the tents.
Oh, are they more shops?
No, I can't remember. There's 2 options and we never found out what the other option was because it didn't let us go on the other one. So that could be a potential.
Because we need to find the illusionist shop.
That's afterwards, that isn't it?
Oh, it's these dudes. Do you remember these?
Oh, we have to fight them.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Anyway.
There is a Grandois Guildhall with whitewashed stone walls.
Isn't it?
Oh, is it Grandiose Guildhall with whitewashed stone walls and leaded windows on the left-hand side of Brass Street, and a row of small workshops on the right-hand side with blacksmiths, carpenters, potters, cobblers, and stonemasons all busy at their workbenches. You do not stop, but hurry down the street past the Guildhall and workshops. Without warning, 3 unsavoury-looking characters wielding wooden clubs jump out in front of you from behind some large barrels. They are trolls. The warty-skinned thugs are wearing leather armour over their grubby tunics, and they all sport a gold earring and a gold necklace. One steps forward and says gruffly, "Stop right there, my name's Bonehead. This here is my brother Toady on my left, and this is my brother Weasel on my right. We're the Snark Brothers. We mug people. That's what we do, plain and simple. We do not want no trouble. We're not greedy. We just want 10 gold pieces. If you know what's good for you, give us the gold and you can be on your way."
Do we have 0 gold at this point?
Yeah. If you want to give the trolls 10 gold pieces, 10 to 132. If you want to refuse to give them the gold, 10 to 51, which
Absolutely.
we did and we survived.
Yeah.
So it can't have been that hard. Maybe. Unless we got really lucky.
No, I don't think it was too bad. I think they had the same skills as us, which was like 8 at the time. So here we go, 51. The 3 brothers wave their clubs in the air and look eager to have a fight. Bonehead looks to the sky and growls before advancing to attack you. You draw your sword to defend yourself against the trolls. You fight them one at a time. If you win, turn to 3, 6, 7.
Oh, we didn't do this, did we?
Yeah, we did. We fought them all.
Oh, okay. What did we use for troll picture?
I think you used ogre.
Here we go.
Okay, number 1.
So, Bonehead skill is 8 and his stamina is 6.
Let's try and get through this real quick.
Let's go.
Right. Our roll. 20.
Versus...
20 is the max they can get.
Nice.
Perfect. Enemies down to 4. Our roll.
19.
19 versus...
Oh, you can skip. We've done it anyway.
Yep, that was a 5, if you were interested. 2. Bonehead is going down. Our roll.
18.
18 versus...
Oh, I
17,
just...
is that?
Yeah, just one less.
Yep, so he's done for. Next on.
Oh, next on is Toady.
Yep.
His skill is 6.
Oh, lovely.
And his stamina is 5. So we've got to get 3 hits on this guy. Prematurely pressing the buttons there.
It's okay. Let's do it.
Oh, 14!
14 for us.
What's his skill 6?
18, okay.
Toady just took a hit on us. So we're down to
Destroyed
17
us.
stamina. Getting destroyed by Toady.
I know, from Neighbours.
Neighbours?
You never seen Toady from Neighbours?
No.
Been up there about 50 years.
17 for
17
us?
for us, so they need an 11.
Oh.
There we go. 3. Okay. Our roll.
Nice.
He's done for.
Well, he's still got one stamina.
HP left. Oh.
Come on, we've got this Toad.
Let's do it. 2, 3,
17.
17 for
versus-
us.
Nice. Who's dead?
Weasel next.
Next up is Weasel, who has a skill of 7. And a stamina of 4.
Oh, that's what we like to see.
So we only have to successfully hit him twice.
2 rounds. Let's do it. Our
3
roll.
rounds of Weasel. Nice. Come on, last one.
Let's do him. Let's do him. 18, 19, 20,
21.
He can't get any higher than that, can he? So he's done for, I
I
think.
think he's done for.
7 plus 12 is 19. So yeah, there we go.
Nice.
Success.
What was it?
Dice cam is completely out of whack, but it's fine.
If you win, turn to 3, 6, 7. Come on, where are we going to get that gold key from?
I don't know. As long as we get the lockpick, it's alright. 3, 6, 7. An upstairs window of a rickety old house opens above you. An old man leans out and shouts, "What is going on down there?" If you want to reply that you were defending yourself against the trolls who attacked you, and turn to 148. If you want to ignore the old man, grab the troll's gold necklaces, make your getaway, turn to 123.
No, we get the necklaces anyway, if I remember right.
So he's glad to see them being killed. So 148. We still never came across anywhere where we could use the gold necklace in our first playthrough. It's got to be worth some kind of money. And it's necklaces as well, isn't it?
Is it times 3?
Well, it just says necklaces, maybe put times 3 question mark. Okay, so 148.
The old man shakes his fist triumphantly and says, "You did well to deal with those thugs. There are always a lot of thieves about when the fair comes to town. Good riddance, I say." You watch him close the window and disappear. You reach down and take the troll's gold necklaces and hurry up on the street before anybody arrives to start asking questions. 10 to 3, 8, 6.
Brass Street, here we go, I think it's map time. Brass Street ends at a crossroads. If you want to turn left into Pudding Lane, turn to 285. If you want to turn right into Brick Lane, we want to continue straight ahead into Copper Street, turn to 98. So
we never actually went down. Oh,
which one?
So here you go. So we never actually went down Brick Lane, but the illusionist shop is left and then right. So I wonder if we can get there.
Brick Street.
From going Brick Street.
I think the only thing we got from Pudding Lane was just stamina back anyway, so should we maybe try Copper Street? Or Brick Lane? Which one, Brick Lane?
Hang on. We went down Pudding Lane, we gained stuff, which we don't need. Ended up on Silver Street, which is where the illusionist shop is. So we try going right?
Yeah, let's do it.
And then, what's the page? We could always checkpoint.
386.
Checkpoint?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's scour this city. So let's go right into Brick Lane, page 10.
Oh, this is good.
It's got to be different anyway, so.
The buildings in Brick Lane are mostly small shops selling second-hand goods and old furniture. As you walk along, you are approached by a grubby-looking boy wearing a flat cap. His clothes are ragged and dirty. He is carrying a wooden tray supported by a canvas strap looped around his neck. The tray is piled high with small objects. "Please help a young lad trying to earn a crust," he begs. "Buy any 5 items you like for 2 gold pieces. If you want to examine the items on his tray, this might be bulky.
Pick lock.
Turn to 245. If you'd rather carry on walking on up the lane, turn to 43.
Let's do it.
This is our crusty young lad with a flat cap.
Can we see what's in his tray from the picture?
It looks like he has a
Glove.
glass, a bottle of wine, a compass.
Jars of stuff.
It looks like maggots in a box.
Ooh.
A necklace. That sounds like a bargain.
Let's do it. 2 gold.
I just hope he doesn't rob stuff off us. He also has a rat in his pocket.
We might need that rat. We can put the rat.
For 2 gold, he's gonna mug us.
What if we put the rat in the jar with Twixie?
Ooh.
And they. Yeah. 10 to 245. There's a lot of junk on the tray, including an empty bottle, a clay nose, a glass eye, a bent spoon, and a box of dead cockroaches. But you also see some interesting items, such as an hourglass, an iron key, and a pick lock.
No!
A pair of leather gloves, a brass bell, a large fish hook, a small jug, a copper ring, and a miniature bronze sundial. After deciding which 5 items to buy, you pay the boy 2 gold pieces and place your purchases in your backpack. The boy thanks you and says you can buy everything else I've got left for 3 gold. If you want, you make your decision and bid him farewell and carry on walking up the lane.
So he's got a picklock.
Yeah.
This is all for 2 gold.
If we pay 5, we get everything that he's got. I feel like that might be a good option just to see what's worth it and not.
Should we do it? Should we pay 5?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing it. We're
Okay, you read them out.
Okay, so we've got an empty bottle.
What?
We're getting it.
Twixie. Yep.
A clay nose.
Oh, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
A glass eye.
Yes.
A bent spoon.
Nice.
A box of dead cockroaches.
Hang on. Stuck on bent spoon. Box of dead cockroaches.
Yeah. And, maybe just like segment that offers the rubbish stuff.
No, it's all good to me. Keep going.
So
Hourglass.
Hourglass. Iron key. Picklock.
Yep.
Leather gloves.
Yep.
A brass bell.
Brass bell.
Yep. A large fish hook.
Is it large or extra large?
Just large.
Disappointing.
A small jug.
Small jugs.
Yep. A copper ring.
Yeah.
And a miniature bronze sundial.
This is a bargain.
I know. 5 gold. You are now over encumbered and can't walk any faster. Okay, you make your decision, bid him farewell, and carry on walking up the lane. Turn to 43.
That's the best 5 gold we've ever spent on any book in the world.
Well, unless we get.
We've got more than 5 items. We've got a clay nose.
But what if he's a fence and we get caught with all of this
It doesn't
stuff?
matter. We can use leather gloves against him.
43.
There is an open door to a windowless stone building on your right, which appears to be an abandoned warehouse. You peer inside, but there is nothing you can see in the semi-darkness apart from a few empty sacks lying on the floor. If you want to enter the warehouse, turn to 114. If you'd rather walk on, turn to 172.
Skyrim, yeah.
Let's
Stick all your stuff in a random barrel.
Shall we go?
It's risky, but
There is nothing you can see in the darkness apart from a few empty sacks lying on the floor.
it sounds like a trap, but I kind of want to see
But
it.
it's an opportunity.
Let's do it. As long as the ceiling doesn't like come
Keep your
crashing down.
finger on the page.
Oh, here we go. Something crunches underfoot as you enter the warehouse. Your eyes slowly adjust to the dim light, and you notice seeds on the floor of what must have been a grain store at one time. You suddenly hear squeaking sounds and see the movement in the shadows. 3 giant rats. With long snouts and sharp teeth squeeze towards you as you draw your sword to defend yourself. Fight the giant rats one at a time. Okay, so we show them the picture and go to this page. I
was prepared for this. I always tell Sean we need giant rats on the battle screen.
What happened there?
What have you been doing?
Oh, the camera just died.
That's cool.
Well, right, so rats.
We have rats. Here we go.
Here we go. Number 1. Rat number 1.
First giant rat has a skill of 5,
Yeah.
stamina of 4.
Oh, easy pickings.
Yeah, they're all pretty easy to be fair. Ready?
Yes. Okay. 6.
21.
Plus 5, so they can't get
Yeah,
that.
they can't be that.
Okay, so they're down to 2. I'm not even going to bother changing it because they're going to die next round.
Okay, that's lazy. Yeah, they can't beat that.
Number 1 is down.
So,
rat number
yeah,
2.
rat number 2, his skill is 5 and his stamina is 5. And that is also the same for rat number 3. So if we get 3 successful rolls, it's the same again.
Yeah, let's do it. 3 successful rolls.
What are you doing? You're changing stamina? No, we're gonna lose ourselves and then end up accidentally cheating.
Why hasn't that done it? This is why I don't like it, because it takes too long to update and then you don't know if you've typed it. Okay, let's go.
What's that?
18.
That's 18. Ah!
Sixes. When we don't need double sixes. Okay, so...
No point, might as well just...
Okay, down to 3. I'll roll.
What in the look?
Yep.
One more shot and we should get him. Oh my god, we have never been this lucky.
22.
So, second rat is dead.
Yeah, on to the next one. Final rat.
Yeah, stamina is 5. Maybe we should do this properly.
15. 21. Stamina is down to
3.
Okay. I'll roll.
Oh! He's down to 1 stamina.
I actually rolled a 5 then, and when I re-rolled it was a 6. Let's do him. 12, 18, 19, 20, 21.
You can't beat that.
Rat number 3 is done.
So, if you went to the main page,
Should have worked.
I was deducting the enemy.
It worked. It's already done it.
If you win, 2371. Oh, maybe we get something then.
I hope so. So, was it grain store warehouse?
Oh no! Giant rats are known as plague bearers. Test your luck.
Oh.
If you are lucky, turn to 289. If you are unlucky, turn to 68. So we could contract the plague here. Are we just going to roll for it?
Yeah, but this is probably going to be a potential cheat.
You little bitch.
I do not mind drinking for this.
Okay, you got a drink. We've gone over actually. We should. We gotta get below 8.
8.
Ooh, 8 or below? Does 8 count?
Yeah.
Okay.
It says that, doesn't it? Yeah.
So deduct a luck point. If you were lucky, turn to 289.
As you take hold of the lamp, the man... What?
What?
Oh, sorry. Wrong page. Luckily for you, the giant rats are not carrying a deadly disease. You decide to search the storeroom, which reveals nothing of interest apart from a trapdoor which was hidden by a pile of old sacks. You lift it up to see a wooden staircase leading down to a musty-smelling cellar. If you want to go down the cellar, turn to 250. If you'd rather leave the warehouse and walk on, turn to 172.
You gotta go down.
Yeah, let's do it. 250.
Oh, I feel like this is like warning after warning. When you walk down the wooden staircase, you see that the cellar is flooded. There is rotting food and dead mice flowing in the dark, stagnant water, which smells like blocked drains. You see stone steps at the far end of the cellar, which lead up to another trapdoor. If you want to wade through the filthy water, over to the steps, turn to 107. If you'd rather leave the warehouse and walk on, turn to 172. We've got this far.
We might as well do it, right?
Should we keep a finger on and turn to 107?
Yeah.
I'm scared.
You step down into the murky water as you wade across the cellar floor as quickly as possible. As you stride along up to your waist in water, you feel something soft attach itself to your leg.
Oh no.
When you climb out of the water onto the stone steps, you find a giant leech latched to the back of your calf with its tiny hook-like teeth gripping into your flesh to suck your blood. If you have a dagger, turn to 78. If you do not have a dagger, turn to 331.
We do, but are we going to gain anything?
We might as well go through it.
Keep your finger on the original page.
250. Okay, so we have the dagger, so turn to 78.
Are we going to use up our dagger now, though?
Maybe not.
You hack through the bloated bloodsucker and detach it from your leg before you lose any more blood. Lose 1 stamina point.
Oh, that's not a problem at all.
And turn to 239. Yeah, but don't forget we've already lost 4 provisions.
That's the first HP we've lost all game, isn't it? Maybe one of them.
239. Oh, making progress. Kind of.
Oh, not yet.
Not really, but okay.
We got the pick lock.
Yeah.
A hideous leech detached from your leg. You turn to examine the trapdoor at the top of the steps. You see it is fastened by a strong iron lock. If you have the iron key, turn to 350. If you do not own an iron key but have a pick lock, turn to 199. If you don't have an iron key or a pick lock, turn to 266.
We have an iron key.
I feel like if you use the pick lock, it might break. So it might be like a one-use item.
And then we won't. Well, it's going to be one time, so we're not going to be able to use it for the thing we need later.
So we have the iron key, so turn to 350.
Or do we leave it here or should we carry on?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yeah. Go on.
I haven't read it yet. You take the key out of your backpack and are pleased to see it turn in the lock. With the lock unfastened, you push the trapdoor open. You climb up the steps and find yourself in a secret room under the warehouse.
Yeah.
There are no windows in the room. The only light comes from an amber-coloured orb hanging by a chain from the low ceiling. The room is empty, apart from a black marble plinth on which stands a large dragon made of emerald-coloured glass. You notice that the dragon has a gold amulet hanging from its neck on a gold chain. If you want to take the amulet, turn to 71. If you'd rather leave the room and go back to the warehouse, turn to 95. We've come all this way. Why wouldn't we take the amulet?
We've got the key to get in the room.
We've got to be rewarded.
I'm just hoping best case scenario is that we just have to fight a dragon. Well, that's not best case, but
that's the worst case
scenario. Worst case scenario is that we
die from a curse or something. Oh, we have to take it. Imagine coming all this way, using your iron key, fighting the rats, going through poison.
We've got
but
the
no
key
reward. There's got to be something.
Let's do it.
Do you want to do it or do you want to leave it? You do it.
We'll do it.
Should we checkpoint it?
Yeah.
What are we checkpointing?
350.
Looking for checkpoint?
Yeah. As soon as you touch the emerald dragon, it takes flight and circles the room at speed. It glides around on its outstretched wings, which look like red hot molten glass and give off intense heat. The dragon suddenly spits out a cone of flame and swoops down to attack. If you want to draw your sword and fight the dragon, turn to page 7. If you want to run down the steps, turn to 118.
No! Should we fight it?
You might as well. 7.
You need to drink for your checkpoint.
Yeah.
Imagine getting all this way and not getting anything though. That's like the most evil.
I feel like we've got to get something good when we do this. Maybe leaving the gold key.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, ready.
The dragon flies through the air at speed, banking and diving, making it difficult to strike with your sword. Although it is no bigger than a hawk. Oh, it's tiny!
Hawks are huge, aren't they?
No, like...
Yeah, we're in a small room though.
Although it is no bigger than a hawk, an emerald dragon is a formidable opponent with its speed and fire-breathing powers. If you own a fire sword, add 1 to your attack strength. We don't need it.
We can't do that anyway.
Emerald dragon, skill.
Oh, let's do it. Come on.
What have we got here? We got a dragon.
Skill.
His skill, 219.
No.
It's 9.
9, easy.
And his stamina is 8. He's only a small boy, so
Not too bad, is he?
he's not too bad.
Let's do it.
Okay, so we got 12. 19 versus his 11, 12, 13, 15. So we take a slice.
Down to 6 stamina for the dragon. Our roll.
17 versus... Oh, 18?
Slice, isn't it?
Yeah. 17 versus 18.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
So you
15.
Is it?
It's 15.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh yeah, I was thinking it was us. So we still hit him.
Yeah.
Whew.
Don't worry, we will have the dice cam in a position which does not move next time. Oh,
Why is it moving?
no.
12, 13, 14! He's gonna hit us.
It's 9 so far. 10, 11, 12, 13.
He's beaten and circle.
Okay.
So we take 2 damage.
Yeah. 14 stamina for us.
I wish we could keep him as a pet.
He's evil. He's an emerald dragon.
16,
16 for us.
11, 14.
Here we go, not too bad.
Oh, come on, one more hit.
One more hit until the emerald dragon goes down. I'll roll again.
20.
Yep, 20 for us.
$18. Nice, we kill her.
Done. Emerald dragon is no more.
If you went into 167, I feel like this part is going on so long, but I don't want to stop.
The dragon is now nothing more than pieces of broken glass scattered across the floor. The glass is still hot and you make sure you don't touch it when you reach down to pick up the gold amulet, which you see is in the shape of a snake's head. You slip the chain around your neck and wait to see if you can feel any magical powers. You feel no different and decide to leave the room and go back to the warehouse. Turn to 95.
So what have we gained?
The golden amulet with its snake's head.
Should I put golden snake's head amulet?
Yes.
Hopefully it's not a curse.
I think it's probably just going to come in handy later on.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, maybe read this page and then maybe we'll leave it here.
Where we go?
95.
As you wade back across the flooded cellar, your foot touches something solid on the floor. If you want to reach down into the black water to pick it up, turn to 225. If you'd rather climb the wooden steps and leave the warehouse, turn to 172. I feel like this is cursed, but I really want to know what it is.
Have you got any alcohol left?
I have one good chug.
Is this a checkpoint worthy situation?
It could be. It could be.
Go on then, I'm going to drink to checkpoint it and we will check what the solid object in the dark water is.
95. Okay, 225. So we're gonna pick it up.
Yeah, it's probably a turd.
Solid.
Yeah, it's from a dragon. 225. You feel something square and metallic and lift it out of the water. It is a money box which contains 6 gold pieces. Add 1 luck point. You walk on and climb up the wooden steps to leave the warehouse. Turn to 172. So I think this is a good point to end it.
Oh, so we gained shit?
Yeah, so write down 172. We gain 6 gold pieces, which takes us to 31. And we get a luck point back, taking us to 8. So we are not in bad stead, really.
We got 31 gold.
Yeah.
Oh, but we never went to the other.
We've not been there yet.
Okay, cool.
We've still got plenty of places to explore in the sound. And we've got the pick lock.
Okay.
So should we use a provision? Actually,
we could use 1.
maybe we should save it because we kind of know when we're going to get into a fight and whether it's worth using or not.
So
We might
put...
gain stamina points.
So we're leaving the warehouse. We're going to 172.
Yep.
Which is going to be our
New checkpoint where we start off from. So if we do die in the next part, that will be where we start again with the stats from the previous part, basically.
nice.
So we need to check out all of the other locations in Hamlin, basically, before we leave the city.
Yeah.
So we might as well, let's see where this takes us first anyway.
I mean, we were desperate to find a gold key, but the alternative was a picklock, which we've managed to find.
Yeah.
So
We might
be alright.
Well, we might as well cover the entire area.
Yeah.
And then go to the clock shop and any other places we haven't done previously, because we don't know what we can get from there. We've got some of the items we need for the big demon in the caves. And what else did we need? The spider oil, we haven't come
Yeah,
across that yet.
we need spider oil. I've written we needed a picklock, which we've got. I said we need earwax, which we've got.
So we're doing pretty well in this.
We need to buy a zombie ring, which we get from the illusion
Did
shop.
we actually need it? I just cut down the number of zombies or
I think
something.
we needed it. It was like 4 gold, so it's worth getting.
I thought that was just for the zombies, and we ended up just fighting them.
Did we do it though?
No, we killed them. We just
Did
took
we?
us a while. We one-shot them. We will have a think about it before our next part anyway. But I think with all the knowledge we've gathered over part 1 to 3, I think we've started this again, and we're doing a lot better. We've still got skill of 12, luck 8. We've got 6 provisions. We've got a fair amount of gold. So famous last words. I think we're doing okay for now. So yeah, we will see you guys with part 5 very soon, where hopefully we can get even more loot and gold and spend it all on good shit that we might need to take on the Gorgon and whatever is the next quest line after that. So yeah, thank you guys, and we will see you with part 5 very soon.